My name is Kyle Oliver. I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and live in New York City, and I'm a 2016 ECF Fellow. So the project that I've been working on that got me involved with ECF is that for the last 4 years I've been involved in building a community of practitioners thinking about the ways that digital media is shaping our work of ministry. So that includes everything from forming faith to sharing the gospel to building community. I believe very strongly that what we don't need is more experts giving sort of top-down generic advice about how to do this, but we need a community of practice of people who are trying it in their ministry contexts, who are thinking about how the technology is working and changing, how it's informed by our theology and our local ministry practice, and then sharing best practices with each other. So as a part of that work, I've sort of come to conclude that we need more outside expertise in the Episcopal Church and in churches more generally about how to do that work. We need to bring our work into conversation with a wider community of scholars, and so I will be starting a program in the Communications, Media, and Learning Technologies Design program at Teachers College, Columbia University. Well, I think the biggest challenge that I want to address, not to put it too dramatically, is how we can be the church in the 21st century. I think that not teaching digital media practices as a part of traditional theological disciplines like preaching or pastoral care, not teaching digital media sort of in the midst of congregational development techniques is going to hold churches back, right? I think so often our websites are how people are finding our churches. So often social media is a major gathering place for the people in our communities. So often online learning tools are helping ministers to form faith in the next generation and in the current generation of disciples in really rich and dynamic ways. And so technology, for better and for worse, is just going to be a huge part of that. And again, I think it's important that we get ministers thinking critically about ways to take advantage of the tremendous resources that we have to connect and to teach and to learn. I think the biggest impact on this fellowship for me is that it just gives me a lot of freedom during this time of study to pay attention to where the Spirit is calling me to get involved in this work. There are a lot of really great people at Teachers College involved in some really great projects, and my challenge is going to be thinking about how those projects and their learnings translate into a theological context. And I think having the freedom to really explore, to meet a lot of people, work in a lot of different ways, and not have to sort of commit right out of the gate to something that may or may not end up translating very well is going to be a real gift. So having the financial support, where I don't have to spend every waking second trying to earn enough money to do this program, is going to really help me to take the best advantage of it.